I told my plug him, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to give y'all a look, and I'm just saying, but it gets a look. If you have somebody that does music, sings, raps, something like that, it just when your show comes on, it could definitely have a little more oomph. And we know what catches eyes, catches ears, the same kind of engagement. So this is right.
Good evening, everyone.
This is how my show come on. Yeah,
Taibu
Mu'addib,
host.
Look at that.
Podcast entertainer.
That's hot entertainment right there. And
motivational
I got
speaker.
the whole full movie for it too. Yeah.
Every weeknight, 9:30-ish p.m.
With the cold
we
rap.
Go crazy. In fact, we're going nuts right now. Hit it, Shay.
My girl can sing. That's my actual girlfriend. Her pipe. Yeah.
Come on. A little bit more.
This is how my show comes on, Coach. I'll hook you up, man.
Here,
let them know it's cold out here.
I'm telling you one thing. It's amazing. How come they don't know? No one's life is the Cosby Show. Killer cops is nothing new to melanated people, bro. Not in the America that locks us up for mega busting legalized prostitution so the mob can get their cut. CIA agents bringing dope in from the south and spread it through the hood so we can take each other out. The sadness in the hood isn't just some recent shit. It's the same thing that you can see on the slave shit. Trauma passed through generations lead to a peculiar life. Can't believe in freedom, even if one of your parents right. I'ma do it right, cause I'm conscious and I know the way. I got roots in Africa. Pittsburgh was my birthing place. International businessman from inmate 15208.
All right, I ain't gonna give y'all the whole feel. I ain't gonna give y'all the whole feel. I'm just saying, you from New York, the birthplace of hip hop, so I had to give you that. So yeah, I'll hook you up, man. Me and that's what I'm talking about. That's a real dude, man.
On the inaugural show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you are watching the replay online, you can just go ahead and put hashtag replay so I know that you watch it. And like I said, these are like five-side chats. I mean, we be out here. The goal is to really have you be a fly on the wall and kind of see what our coaching sessions really look like from the inside out. What we talk about, what we train on, what do we focus on, where we put our priorities at. And I want this to be valuable to everybody watching. If you have any takeaways, go ahead and drop your takeaways as well. I want to know, what you took away from these episodes. And this will continue to get better. You know what I mean? This will continue to be better. This is actually one of the things where I actually been wanting to do this a couple months ago, but because I just kind of been so busy. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and just get the ball rolling on it. You know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of folks who's looking to get help. They have a lot of experience, they have a lot of expertise, but they don't know the strategies. They don't know how to put together programs and put out content, or they don't know how to generate appointments, or they don't know how to enroll clients. There's just a lot of questions around it, and there's a lot of people for years, man. That's things that's just been holding them back just because they got certain questions and they don't know what to do. It's been holding them back for years and years. So if it's something that if one person could take away one or two things just from doing these episodes and from the show, then I look at it as success.
So look, for the follow-up show for everybody, hold me accountable. All right. My goal this year is between 50 to 100 G's saved up. But I want to have between 50 and 100 G's my first 6-figure year easily. I want to have that saved up to reinvest in you guys in a better show and a better platform for you guys. So that's my mark. I'm at 20 active clients right now. I want to add 40 more. I have room for 40 more. So those are my takes, right? That's my goal is to have 60 active clients on my roster, 30 for both my classes, 30 a piece, helping that many people. There's so much need out there. See if you qualify for first step coaching by reaching out to me at Taibu Mu'addib anywhere. You can Google the name TAIBU MU''ADDIB.
Go and follow Taibu. Right? And that concludes today. Woo! All right. Thank everybody for calling up Coach Blueprint Show. If you want to be a guest, go ahead and shoot me a message, shoot me a DM. and let me know, and we see if we can get you on the agenda so I can help game plan and answer your questions for your
man. Don't waste Coach T's time. He's a valuable, knowledgeable dude, man. He's gonna help you get money. If you're ready to get money, man, call him. If don't waste the time now.
Let's get it, man. I appreciate you. All right, let's get it.
All right. See y'all.
Peace.
So that's what we do, man. Shout out to Coach T in New York. I'm live over here on my platform. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to make sure I went live over here. I'm live over here on YouTube. Spending time with my coach and my mentor is a big deal for me. We're doing the Guard Me Gear thing right now. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to donate on my GoFundMe platform. And then I'll let you open up the floor for a couple of people. I told them I'll let them come in here and share their story, share their experience. The lady that kicked off the initial donation, she's a local comedian. Her name is Anastasia the Bold, and she's very good at what she does. She's very, very funny, but she also has a story and lived experience with sexual assault. And so this is the kind of thing that we're doing this year. I'm not going to hold back or quench what I feel like God wants me to do in the community. This thing is like 8 years in the making. I had a 4-man team. You will see when you click on the link, you'll see the YouTube demonstration for the business model. This startup is important. Nothing right now on the market, nothing from Mace to Invisaware. And there's no tech device right now or any kind of help, no pew-pews. Nothing right now is stopping these numbers from going up. The young people, they can't even put the numbers in there. It's largely unreported. That's because there's no evidence collected in real time. And it's happening by people that we know. Everybody that's almost everybody that's going through sexual domestic violence, it happens from somebody that know. So it's a very difficult thing to take care of. But I'm letting y'all know, 8 years ago, we started on this conceptually, and we're ready to actually prototype and manufacture these devices. It's personal security, wearable technology that we need today for our women, children, especially for our brothers out who are being unalived by police violence. It shouldn't happen at all, but we can put an end to all three of those things by getting these devices to market. So donate. I'm asking $5 from everybody, and just to share the link with one other person. And this conversation should happen. It will happen. October is actual awareness month for this issue. This October, I want to celebrate the end of it. No more just talking about it, crying about it, none of that stuff. This year, because of Taibu Mu'addib, the Guard Me Gear tech startup, we will celebrate the end of it. The bottom line. We're going to get those guys each time, every time, put them away. This is how it's going to happen. I appreciate you, Coach T, man, for hanging out with me. This is what we do. New York to Dallas, Dallas to New York, Wisconsin, Pittsburgh, all my guys in Florida, and all my brother out on the West Coast. I'm going to be everywhere. This is going to be everywhere. We're going to make this thing happen. So I appreciate you for your show, sir. I'm going to go ahead.
Yes, sir. And where can they find me? At I am Terrell Jones on all platforms. I am Terrell Jones.
I'm going to put that in the comment section right here. That's my coach and mentor, y'all talking. I am Terrell Jones right here. That's 2 L's, right?
2 R's and 2 L's. That's right.
2 R's and 2 L's. At what was that? So I'm sorry.
At I-A-M as in.
Oh, yeah. It's the at sign first. Yep.
R-R-E-L-L Jones.
Anywhere you go, you can find him at I am Terrell Jones. This is the coach and mentor. This is going out worldwide on YouTube. He's also going to donate. He has a wife, a young son that he definitely wants to get this thing going. So we're going to get his donation a little bit later. We appreciate y'all. I'm going to go to my wallet right now, get my card out. $5 is all we're asking. I have enough viewers on just 4 platforms. I'm on 7. On just 4 platforms, we all put $5 and we can break the ground on this by spring break, and y'all will see the actual device in my hand. All right. That's the goal right now. The first quarter, get this goal met. 150,000. Let's knock this thing out. Let's get this thing going. No more tears. No more crying. No more pacifying. Let's get to the bottom line. Let's get this thing done. Taibu Mu'addib right here. We going crazy over here right now. Appreciate you, Coach, man. You hanging out with us?
Anytime, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Thank y'all over there. Shout out to New York, man. Everybody out there. Love the New York posse out there. I know a couple of comedians out there, a couple of DJs out there, promoter out there. So shout out to that whole posse. I can't wait to get out there myself. Good Lord. That's going to be a great trip. And speaking engagements, If you guys tap in, I'll try to get him to come back to Texas. I met him in Houston for his conclave.
I'm coming back. Oh, I'm coming back. Texas was very nice to me last time. I already talked about the roast to it. We already planned the trip back out there. That ain't no question.
Okay, so for those of you who are interested in meeting my coach and my mentor, and we can get them up here, man. Y'all want to make sure that y'all tap in, continue to get the content, download the EFC workbook, hit him up at I am Terrell Jones. Make sure you reach out to him, become a part of the coaching community. But I'm telling you right now, this is someone that will help you get out of the sharecropping system. I did my research and I did my podcasting to end last year about sharecropping. If you don't own your own business or your own land, you are a sharecropper. And that's a tough way to live. It's a depressing rat race. You don't want to stay in it. My coach said something down there in Houston to me that I thought about. He said, you know what, Taibu? It was rained out. I'm trying to get on the airplane. So I was here for a couple more days. But because I run my own business, it didn't really matter. I just went ahead and set up shop, found me a local Starbucks and got it popping. I thought about that. Because I work some dirty jobs. I put them out there. I work some dirty jobs. You know what I'm saying? I work some jobs that'll slave you. Y'all like the pop, but hey, they'll put you to work. Yeah, I work some filthy jobs. You know what I'm saying? To get where I'm at. All right, I'm letting y'all know. You see how the stains? I was a mixed operator. You see how stained up this shirt is? Can't even wash that out. So I appreciate the young brother, man, for imparting his knowledge. Don't get me wrong. I financially so into the brother's business. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself. This young man teaching me the importance of investing in myself has changed my life. That's why when I was working in corporate fitness, I was number one in my department. Number one the whole time. Even when my numbers didn't say I was number one, everybody was still nervous because I was going to get back to number one. And I left on top. I came in from the bottom, hit number one, and I left on top as the number one person that was selling personal training packages in my district because of this man right here and what he taught me about engagement. Now, tonight really is about the guard me gear and protecting folks. So I don't want to overdo it, but I would not be in this position to get this out there for the community, to do what I'm doing in the community, if it wasn't for my coach and mentor, Terrell Jones. So you guys, as I am Terrell Jones, make sure you look at the playbook, the coaching, the speaking, look at what he's building, look at what he's growing. The brand is huge. And I talk about it a lot because it adds to the credibility of anybody that goes through his program. They're going to know what they're doing. They're going to lead you somewhere. Their program is going to be effective. If you're PCS certified, your program is going to be effective. How do I know? It's like my dissertation as a PhD. I couldn't come out of the program without having a proven system. You guys have seen it all over the place. It's in all my descriptions, the EFC workbook. That's my proven system. He's going to make sure before he certifies you, you have to have a proven system to be effective to helping someone. So just like ACE for fitness, American Health Exercise, for coaching and speaking, we have Mr. Terrell Jones right here. And I applaud the young brother because I'm an old head. I'm a 75 baby. I didn't know nothing about payment systems and counter links and none of that stuff. And it took how long? Take a couple years?
Yep, that's it. Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you right now, if you're not willing to give up on your dream, then you need to learn the value of investing in yourself. Don't just trust or try anybody. But if you look at the pedigree of certain individuals, you'll know that they got in the game and they're still in the game because what they're doing and what they're saying and what they're preaching works. Everything isn't for everybody. But I'm glad I found Coach Terrell Jones, man, because it's definitely working for me. I'm telling y'all right now, Taibu Mu'addib, we're lifting this thing up tonight, man, to make sure we got here and protect some folks. Live on his show, live on my own platform. Guard Me Gear. And Coach, if you didn't know what it was about, the Guard Me Gear security wearable. So The secure, the listen, technology, wearable technology is a $55 billion industry right now. So for me, this isn't a money grab. I'm saying that companies are making 55 billion annually off not protecting you guys and gals, not protecting our community. They're just offering you something that sounds good and you're buying it because you know you need protection. Let's say it again for them, coach. 55 billion in this country alone is spent on personal security wearables, from watches to belt buckles to what do you call it, pepper spray, car alarm beepers and all that stuff like that, and it's not making a dent in the statistics. What's the statistic, Taibu? Every 68 seconds an American suffers sexual or domestic violence, and every nine minutes that victim is a child who can't report it, mostly doesn't report it, right? And you don't find out till after that child's been through a lot of it. You have to see the physical evidence of the change in behaviors. That's how serious it is. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for making sure that you're watching the show. I appreciate you guys for watching the show. I'm gonna go over here and do my thing on TikTok so I can go live over here. So this is what's happening. We're just trying to make sure that we get it done right. I haven't gone live on my iPad in a minute, but I'm giving you guys the reality and the real deal. This is a special interest alert. All right. The reason I call it that is because we don't spend enough time talking about this. That's why it's continuing. Right? No one wants to hear anybody talk about domestic violence as sexual violence. No one wants to hear them talk about that. That's why it's continuing to happen. That's the bottom line. I want you guys to know that. So this is a special interest alert. We're going to donate. We're going to go live. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get this thing right. So I think initially what I thought about when it came down to the guard me gear, I think that it came down to my dating. So when I was having issues with domestic violence, I couldn't stop putting my hands on women. And when I was in that situation, and then when I became conscious, got treatment, and I started looking at the situation from the inside looking out, like, man, I've done this so many times. You know, how could I be this kind of person? You know, why is this happening to so many people? And, you know, honestly, no one wants to talk about it. You know, if your homeboy, your girlfriend talks to you about sexual domestic violence, like, you want to change the subject. No one wants to talk about it. So to be the first person to really want to do something different about it, I'm telling you, it's just a big deal for me. I'm gonna go ahead and invite a couple of people I promised the link to come in and share. They're gonna come in and they're gonna share their stories with us about what they went through. Hopefully they have time to do that and why they're donating. I'm gonna go ahead and put my donation in. It's relevant for me. I want to make sure that I do that and get my donation in and show you guys how easy it is and simple to do. And then from there, hey, let's just have a good time for a couple of minutes. It's date night for me, so I'm going to go ahead and do something special with Babe. But I'm telling y'all right now, this is something that's close to my heart. I wanted to really do it last year. I didn't get a chance to do it last year. So this is something that I'm going to push. And when I talk about forcible rape, it's tough, man. It's tough because, you know, when I look at the survivors of the forcible rapes, the forcible kind, you know, many of them talk about having to leave themselves. And so what brings them back? That's how you know it changes for life. These are the adult victims, right? So these are the adult victims, men and women who claim to be forcibly raped in any situation. And rapes that happen in locked facilities and prisons is still rape. It's still forcible rape, right? So these individuals, women talk about how they have to leave their body and go numb, mentally separate. How do you think that person gets back to a normalized life? how difficult do you think it is for that person to get back to a normalized existence? I'm telling all you guys, and I'm telling you that this is something that we have to discuss. I refuse to be like everybody else and not discuss something that's so important. Not just because not just because I'm raising money for a startup to deal with it, but because if we discuss it more, you know, my man Chasky said it best. He said, Chasky said, how come this hasn't been taken care of already? You know, we all want somebody else to do it. It's the craziest thing. We all want somebody else to take care of a problem that we should all be involved in solving, right? So that's the premise. That's what it comes down to. So I'm hoping that you know we all come together and we do something about it. Get in the comment section, man. Like this live if you're a supporter of ending and preventing sexual and domestic violence in our community. If you that's a cause that's near and dear to your heart, ask to join. Come in here and tell your story. This is just I'm not going to be on here long. I just wanted to just bring it out. Y'all have seen the post. You guys have seen the link. You maybe some of you have checked it out. Now that we have I can't call her a good friend. I just know her because of my podcasting, but a local comedian. She, was the initial contributor and donor. And that says a lot about survivors of it. Like they know, do we have to be survivors of it to donate into making sure other people don't go through it? Of course not. So that's where it's at. I'm sending this link out to people that want to join the live. In my regular virtual studio and see if they want to come on. A couple folks in particular, see if they want to come on real quick and just share their story. And that's because that's what's going to get it done. When you guys hear the real story, that's what's going to get it done. All right. You guys are invited. My TikTok followers, I mean, I have a lot of you, but most of you are solid. So if you want to get on here and join with me and just talk about your experience, someone that like I said, I feel like almost 60, at least 65% of women I've dated, well over half have themselves suffered an experience with sexual domestic violence before I met them. And then because I was all messed up, I just continued to perpetuate the cycle, right? I didn't do anything at all to help them heal or anything. I just continued the cycle. I was all in, right? And that sucks, but that's just where it's at. So I'm just letting you guys all know that you can come on if you want to just come on and just donate while you're donating, talk about it. I personally, I'm going to go ahead and get that out the way real quick and show you guys how easy it is to go ahead and get that done. I got my clip right here. Bam. So, pull the card out. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do my due diligence. You guys are welcome. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the description so you guys can actually go ahead and do your donating too. The live might go off for a second, but that's all right. So let's go. Let's see if I can get them in here real quick. All right. Copy that link. Yeah. So I went ahead and copied the link real quick so you guys can get that. The comment section is open. Please tap the screen and at least like the like this live right now. If you are against sexual and domestic violence, go ahead and like the live. At least do that much. Tap the screen, like the live. Let's go. So I'm just putting it in here real quick. To donate, follow the link. And look, to be clear, the request is simple. We can be strong and get this thing taken care of in numbers. And the actual donation link, it will tell you all you need to know. So just copy and paste the link. I know TikTok isn't very big on links. Over here on StreamYard, you guys can get the whole full deal. But go over there and at least check it out while we're on the live. I know all of you are capable of doing that. Go over there and check it out. Before you knock it, go ahead and try it. All right. I'm going to put it over here in the comment section on my YouTube live. We don't want to miss a beat. And I'm not going to tell her story. I hope that she joins herself. But when you when you listen to somebody talk about how could you not come out your pocket with your whip your card out and swipe $5? We have to get this done, right? Um, it's interesting that some things have to be sensationalized before we feel enough compassion to donate, to give into something. This is my point. When you put your $5 in and you share the link one time, that's the ask, $5, and just share the link and share the conversation with one other person. When you do that, when this thing comes about, you can tell your kids, you can tell, they can tell their kids that my grandma, my mom, my dad, they donated and helped build the thing that's protecting me from stuff that they had to experience when they were young. Tap the screen. If you like this live, show your support by just tap. If you're not going to donate, at least tap the screen and get the likes up for this. If you are against sexual and domestic violence in the community, that's what we're raising funds for right now. Taibu Mu'addib, PCS certified gold achievement coach. I have a winning strategy for getting this thing done. The device has a winning strategy for protecting everybody. As a growth strategy person, you can trust that this whole thing is going to make a difference. So I can do a green screen and go live and show you guys the different devices out there not making a difference, but making a lot of money. And what's the sense in that? What's the sense in something that makes money, but it's not effective when you need it, right? We don't want help after the hurt. We want help before the hurt, do we not? And that's why something strong like the Guard Me gear needs to come to life, come to market, and be on people that are vulnerable. Who's vulnerable? Well, I'm vulnerable. If I'm driving alone, or Philando Castile, may he rest in peace, if I'm driving with my family and a police officer wants to shoot and kill me, I'm alone. My girlfriend and my child can't help me. We saw that live. So the Guard Me gear is an intercessory protection, to whereas I'll get pulled over by a police officer, we as citizens have a lot more control over these peace officers than we realize, because we employ them in our communities to keep the peace, not to disrupt it or to disturb us or to unalive us. So in the situation of George Floyd, think of the fear of all citizens about cops, that we can't just come say, hey man, that's not okay. Why are they yelling, get back? He's already handcuffed. We're going to try to come free him, bust him out of jail. He hasn't made it there yet. Like, what are we talking about? If you look at my book, African Messiah versus Government Scum, I've written 3 books on social justice. Go ahead and Google the name. Look at my Amazon books. I didn't just start doing this. If you're just meeting me, it doesn't mean I just started talking about social justice issues. Do your research. But on my book, on the back flap, the back cover, it shows a police officer with his knee in the back of a young sister. You know, European officer, African child. Right? And so when I say African child, I mean somebody's daughter, child. Police officer. It's a pool party. She can't be armed. She has on a bikini, dude. Slammed her to the ground, put a knee in her back. And when other kids came to help her, which is what they're supposed to do, he went for his gun. That's when his partner came over and stopped him. He didn't pull him off the young sister. He just stopped him from pulling his firearm out and getting them all, knocked. So the Guard Me gear, when a police officer makes you feel unsafe, it's the same as a sexual predator make you feel unsafe. You activate your Guard Me gear. And a certified trained responder is going to show up on your behalf. Now, the police officer and sexual predator both have an issue. Their intent is to cause harm to the individual that's activated the device. The certified responder is trained to do one thing, and that's it. One thing, and that's it, to deactivate the device. And they cannot do that until that person that activated is safe. In a safe situation, a safe space, period. And they're trained to know the difference. So whether it's a sexual predator in a dangerous situation or a police officer causing a dangerous situation, that certified and trained responder has the right to call more police. Now, back in Wisconsin, there was some nut running around acting like he was the police, pulling folks over and doing weird stuff. And they were telling people something we didn't know before, that if someone is impersonating the police and you can't tell us, you feel a little like it's a little sus, call 911 and they'll verify if an officer is in the area. So now what happens when you feel unsafe? You're being asked to step out of your car for rolling through a stop sign and you depress it. Now that officer, now you can get out now because you know within minutes, based on your MGRT, that'll be explained when the device comes out. Based on your MGRT, now the officer has to deal with somebody coming up saying, hey, not going to stop you from doing your job, officer, but the person that you're dealing with feels unsafe. What are we going to do about that? Nope, officer. The statutes say you're a peace officer. You're here for the safety and protection of everybody, even someone accused of a crime, even someone you suspect is committing a crime. This is what your law and policy states. So my job is to make sure that person is safe. Oh, they're good. No, officer. No. We have to have a conversation right now about what you're looking out what's going on in this situation. So like, are you going to arrest them safely? Are you going to arrest them at all? If not, are they going to make it home safely? So it's a big deal. So if you guys and gals aren't donating to this device right here, after I'm pushing as hard as I can, small business owner, father, I got responsibility. I'm pushing as hard as I can, just so you guys and gals can know that with this device, it's only 25 out of 1,000 men and women who commit sexual crimes and domestic violence are ever reported. They're ever reported. And you can see out of those reporting, at 25 out of 1,000, not all 25 are brought to justice. Like evidence. So what I'm saying to you guys and gals is this. We need a more comprehensive answer for a systemic issue. So before I get off of here, and you might want to know a bit more, go ahead and follow the link. I'm going to go ahead and put that on here. Please like this post. I got one like. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Many of you have probably dealt with it yourself personally. You probably experienced it. No one wants to talk about it. That's why it keeps happening. A civilized society, in every 68 seconds, someone's a victim of a violent crime, a sexual crime. These things are happening where they definitely shouldn't happen. In our homes, in our schools, jails and prisons. Shouldn't be happening. Where's the protection? Where's the protection? Equally as much to children as it is to adults. Where's the protection? Campuses of higher learning where sexual crimes are more prevalent than anywhere else in society. Why is that happening? We're not talking about it enough. We're not doing enough. So the guard me gear will be effective for two reasons, right? The first reason, time and proximity. This is the reason it's been able to fester for so long. Right? Time and proximity. These are two things that guard me gear will eliminate for potential victims. Perpetrators of sexual crimes and domestic violence don't want to get caught. So the two things that they have to make sure that they deal with from the door when they're in their mind trying to take advantage of someone is time and proximity. One young lady told me that she was babysitting for a family member, right? So if I'm babysitting my cousins from my aunt or my uncle, and someone they know has access to me, and I'm underage and I'm defenseless, I'm just there, I'm not knowing it's going to happen. That person has time and proximity. They have proximity to me, and they have the time to commit the crime. The guard me gear denies them both of those. You're like, well, how can he keep them away? Branding. It's a simple matter of branding. It's a simple matter. This is happening so much. As soon as we bring the guard me gear to market, it's going to fly off the shelves. It's going to be ordered. Everybody's going to want to have what's going to be the next month's must have. Someone's going to test it. Someone's going to test it. So for the people that order it, it's going to come with branding, a hat, a pin, a shirt, a bumper sticker. They're going to know I have guard me gear. They're going to know. Someone's going to test it. They're not going to make it. They're going to get busted. It's not going to work. That person is going to be saved and spared a terrible life-changing situation, and that person is going to go straight to jail. Why do you say that, Taibu? Well, you guys got to follow the link and look at it. We break it down, right? I'm not going to be redundant. But what I will say is it's happening so much that someone that unless you're 3 years old and really talking, have friends anyway, someone that is a survivor of sexual domestic violence. And if you're lucky enough not to have someone like that in your crowd, it's going to happen to someone in your crowd. You can't throw a stone without hitting someone that's been a victim or a survivor of domestic violence or sexual assault. That's where we're at. From the workplace, right, to bars and clubs and hangouts, it's going to change the way we socialize. I'm proud to be involved in something like this. I'm proud to be the inventor and creator of something like this. And I'm proud for what it's going to do in the community moving forward. As a victim turned perpetrator myself of both, I want to say that it's tough on people who experience it because it's difficult to get out your system. All right. Difficult to get out your system. It's a tough thing to have hanging over your head. It's a tough thing to deal with emotionally. It's tough. So we got to be there for each other. Make sure you guys and gals donate. I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. Day 9 time, but please be good to yourselves and to each other by donating. $5, one share. We can get this done. All right, see you guys and gals in the morning for Morning with Mu'addib. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. Study, do your research. Donate. Get behind it. Guard me here is real. We're going to get this thing done. You and I. That was full. That was a mouthful, but it was important. Get that out. You'll continue to have these small lives when you want to come on and share your story, donate, but come on and share your story. Let people know how important it is. Let people know how important it is. Until we talk about it, until we donate, until we get the figure out there, it's not going to stop. But it's terrible and it's horrible, and it shouldn't happen not one time. It's happening every 68 seconds. Join the fight. Be tough. Be strong. I'm Taibu Mu'addib. I'm standing with all the survivors of sexual and domestic violence, including myself, and I will stand. And we'll get this thing done together. Man of my word. Strength in numbers, unity of thought, unity of purpose. Guard me gear for everybody. Let's go. All right. That was hot. So protection tips. I give folks some extra on my YouTube channels for being subscribers. I appreciate you guys. Protection tips. How to protect yourself. Donate to Guard Me gear. Be vigilant. Remember, proximity and time. That's how these crimes happen. Proximity and time. You have the perpetrator that's looking for opportunity, and you have proximity and time to do it. All right, let's go. That's the show.